Yesterday when I was going through the office over at Dad's place putting some of his mail away, found an Alexa in the drawer over there and plugged it in over here while I slept. Asked it a question. I asked Alexa what was the date it was made. And so, I said created. It said it was created in 2022, right? And because that's when it was uploaded. And I said, well, should we even use the word creation, Alexa? Because if we use the word creation, that's giving us the powers of God. Shouldn't we use the word you were invented?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
And that's what she kept saying to me. Okay? Every time I would ask quantitative, intelligent questions. I says, is this just a marketing engine to sell me products? I'm not quite sure how to help you with that. You're not quite sure. I thought you were supposed to give us supreme intelligence, according to Jeffrey Hinton and his fellow conspirators, to be Greenwell Wormtongue in our living room telling us what to do to be trained consumers. You got to understand, I'm like Holy Moses, and I don't think like you. Okay, I think like a human being, not an animal trained to build Pharaoh's monuments of insanity to his ego and his bitches. Okay, I'm a man. Okay. And I'm sick of your shit. Now, let's explain the 10 o'clock news last night that I watched to get the weather report to find out what's happening to our environment because of all our evil activities that happened before the weather report that they tell us about. A house burned down. Another person was murdered. Another person was killed. A man was caught on camera dragging the woman that he knows from in front of someone's house as she was running there for shelter from other people while he took her and beat her. And then they called the people, the guards that incarcerate us and beat us and lock us up if we don't pay the owners of the planet to live here for safety, right? The people staying around their uniforms all the time with the cameras rolling, with their guns and their training and their Kevlar and their pens and their paper and their writing down reports. Now they got laptops so everybody can be at the scene, including the lawyers, the doctors, and the people that are selling and pushing the products to us on TV. They have a little long-haired asshole talking about organically grown stores once we restore the old buildings of incarceration and indoctrination. Okay? So we can hold the food hostage so the people that are trained to be the consumers of the next genocidal generation to serve Pharaoh and his bitch in the clouds for 5,000 of them die with that bitch so she can wait on her hand and foot and clean her butt and the royal penis is clean and throw the rose petals everywhere the guy with the face with the ancestors on the pieces of paper and the rocks goes, right? Coming to America. This is everywhere. It came to America. And America wasn't a great place to live. They had a bunch of aggressive people that used to go and have sexual violent contests and eat the other people alive, okay? And have their fingers on necklaces to show how much prowess they had so they could be Sicario of Mexico and scare everybody and have lots of rocks and gold and money that other people were told were valuable. It was they built big monuments to themselves in central Mexico, right? Okay. And then there's a man like Moses, born in Las Cruces to deliver us from this evil so we don't have to start a car every day and pump poison into the atmosphere that kills us. And they say, vote to build a new hospital so we can irradiate you and give you drugs so you die comfortably because suicide is painless. And we need more MASH units to sit there and make propaganda movies to deny the Lord's Prayer. But oh, how Haile Selassie of us if we have an Ethiopian in the script. Right? You know why the League of Nations is no more? Because they betrayed the Messiah. What's the United Nations doing to help the Messiah live the Lord's Prayer now? Do you think the United Nations is going to be an organization much longer, much less the people of the Paris summits? You think they're going to walk around talking people into killing each other over a paycheck? Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. My woman done left and took all the reason we both been living for. I wish I was a teddy bear in a department store being sold to be nothing but a bag of fluff to be hugged by a child till she's trained to be a consumer, till she dies halfway through her life expectancy, because we don't need overpopulation. We just need dictation and legislation. Once you educate and liberate, you won't have overpopulation because people will actually spend time with their children and grandchildren and be able to love them and be loved by them. Do you understand me? I'm educating. My sister Kathy got appointed head of education for the state of Oklahoma, and I love my sister and I love my brother-in-law, and I'm tired of them dying of heart disease, and I'm tired of their grandchildren dying of heart disease. You piss me off, you Rockefeller dicks and vaginas. Fucking assholes. And then you got people on TV bitching and moaning. You're going to shut down our 8 schools. And the one guy says, we're going to strangle 75 schools because we can't afford the 75 schools because we have to pay money to live here, which isn't real. And then we have to sacrifice these 8 schools so we can use the other 75 schools to train people to be trained consumers. Why don't you just be truthful about it? You need free daycare, and it's going to be inconvenient for a lot of you to have free daycare because our birth rate is going down because the Catholic Church is losing its influence in El Paso because it was archaic and bullshit, and the head guy takes kickbacks from the people that provide human trafficking for the economics of El Paso. Why don't you just say it like it is? If you want something to play with, go buy yourself a toy. All right, do you understand? Thank you, Sister Rosa Parks. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. That's why I ain't moving from this seat on the bus. I'm just tired, motherfuckers. And going vertical and putting in parking to cause more heart disease, to provide more economics for the hospital hotels, so kids can go there and people act like they actually care. Then they have a poodle that gets hit by a car because we have to still pay extortion because we didn't listen to Parsons back in 2013. And you got this girl and, we saved his life. He's inspiring hope. He's inspiring hope that he and other dogs can survive getting hit by cars because you guys will accept exploitation and extortion over the Lord's Prayer? Serious fuckingly? And those assholes that are body mechanics and put the poodle's body back together say, hey, that dog looks miserable. It's sitting there with a mangled body. They put the body back together, did its hair, and say, here, take this miserable dog that can't run and jump and smell and stiff anymore and make it feel like it's loved because you have enough money to afford its extortion. Good God, you people are gross. You want an Edward R. Murrow Award? Huh? Stephanie Valle, you're not as cute as I originally thought you were. And Paul Cicala, you're a wrestler, okay? That ought to be running behind me on the other side. I look at my other side. He's even slower than Skibiak. Okay? Grow the fuck up. Stop being such a fucking asshole and stand for the man. Don't be like Patrick. Don't mess with the man. Please, Mr. Officer, let go of me hand. You don't know me and you don't understand. You see me doing this, so you think that me a criminal? I'm the gracious good shepherd. I'm the light in the way. I am the Messiah. I am the Messiah. I am the Messiah. I was born of Mary and Ralph in Las Cruces outside the Trinity site to save people from being mass murderers. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my ever-loving mouth, you ever-fucking liars? I am the Messiah. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm not going to be shut up and told to shut up and not talk in front of people. I am the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. My poor dad yesterday, he had to feel the guilt of not standing up for me being the Messiah. I said, Earl, you're not I'll be saying this stuff. I have to, Dad. No one else will do it. You think you're the only righteous person in the world, Earl. If you know somebody else as righteous as me, Dad, I'd like to meet him or her because I'm really freaking tired. Jesus said, stand up for my commands, and I did. And I went to their social arenas, and I talked to their computers, and I tell them thank you at the fucking checkout lines where they hold the world hostage and murder us with heart disease and with cancer, and then tell us the people in the buildings where the body mechanics send us out to die and say, thank you for extending my life and making it comfortable with drugs to die halfway through my self-life because I'm a product at a department store. I really like that Barbara Fairchild song. And I really like Donna Fargo and Happiest Girl in the USA. But she doesn't know what happy is because she hasn't lived the Lord's Prayer for a day. I am the Messiah. And don't you ever forget it.
and you remember it, and you tell your children and your grandchildren, and you tell them he's here, just north of San Ysidro, and Earl loves us. And he's the only one right now that's capable of loving us because he is the light in the way, and he is the voice of Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John. Okay? Do you understand molecular structures now? Do you understand genetics now? Do you understand how the Spirit provides life to a physical temple to deliver us from evil because he is holy, because he is faithful, and he does not waver from his holy faith? Do you understand me and Moses now? Jeffrey Katzenberg, Jeff Goldblum, Mariah Carey. I can't talk to Whitney Houston. She's dead. Okay? What do you mean? She didn't talk to me. She was high. She didn't know what the fuck she was doing. She was so fucking high when she died. No one could talk to her. She was incoherent. She was like John Belushi and the other people that die from drug overdoses. Goodbye, Norma Jean. All right, peace.